Breaking news. DSS have finally bowed to pressure as Nnamdi Kanu don't begin his medical treatment at the facility. This one now +1 to the IPOP family and also the Biafran family. And this one now -1 to the DSS, their Director General, which is Bichi, and the Fulani government of Nigeria and the Kabas. They don't lose in this one. We must succeed and we must win this fight against the traditional head of Nnamdi Kanu, as we have been winning in the High Court and also in the Appeal Court of the Federation. So my wonderful people, greetings to you all. I don't come again, my name never change. From the platform of Okute Daily Talk, I remain Amandia Nez Okute, bringing to you this 25th day of July in the year of 2023. This one is a great news coming this morning. Today happens to be Tuesday. In fact, if you never subscribe to my channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Hit that subscription button and also the what do they call it? Turn on the notification button, be notified each time we'll go live or post something new on this channel or another channel related to Okute Daily Talk. Let us go straight to the reason why we are here this morning. I have no time to wait because time is money. Tighten your seatbelt. Let's go there. Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has begun the first round of his independent medicals at the facility of the DSS. This was as he expressed hope for the next round of medicals. This was disclosed by his special counsel, Aloye Jimako, after his routine visit to Kanu at the facility of the Department of State Service, DSS. Ejimako said Kanu was upbeat despite his ongoing travels. But I'm showing much concern here. Let it not be after they must have operated this Nnamdi Kanu, then time to give him a treatment, then the DSS will ban the doctors not to go to attend to him, so that they will make the case of his health more complicated. I'm afraid of that because these people cannot be trusted. If they can violate the law, the rules of the law, if they can disagree to what the court have been telling them, not only Nnamdi Kanu's case, in the case of BOWED, the same thing, in the case of so-called MFLA, the same thing, and other prominent men or maybe other Biafrans that have been locked up in their dungeon for all this while. When court say A, they will go back and add B, because this issue of Nnamdi Kanu's health, not today, they have been crying. From the very first day Nnamdi Kanu stormed there, all his medicals have been hidden from these people. Even when the court said, make it open to your client or to the person that you are holding, and also to his doctors or lawyers, they refuse to do. So let it not be that they will allow them to operate him, then at the time of giving him treatment to make that wound or whatever it is to heal, they will then cut off the visit of anyone to Nnamdi Kanu. It will be, it will be, this one now wahala, it will be wahala. But I never pray so. I never pray and wish Nnamdi Kanu such. Over the past few months, Kanu's lawyers have been agitating for the independent medical attention for the IPOB leader. At one point, Kanu's legal team accused the DSS of preventing preventing independent doctors from attending to the IPOB leader. However, Ejimako tweeted, "Update: I have concluded today's visitation with Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu. Despite all the travails, he remains upbeat and his best wishes for the faithful abide." Nigerian Army allegedly detained soldier for preaching. Nigerian military detained soldier for preaching. The Nigerian Army authorities have allegedly detained one of its soldiers for allegedly preaching about Jesus Christ. It was gathered that the soldier, Musa Adamu, who was born to the Muslim parents, recently converted to Christianity. The Nigerian Army, however, accused Adamu of taking it to social media to preach about his new faith while in his service uniform. Nigerians learned that the Lance Corporal with the service number 13NA/70/6100 is attached to Amphibious Training School personnel, Calabar, Unity Calabar, Cross River State. Report by the Sahara Reporter revealed that Adamu is currently being locked up at the Eburutu Barracks custody at 146 battalions upon which further action will be taken, simply because he preached about Jesus Christ. Well done. In a said viral video, the soldier who now bars Aaron Abraham on Facebook reportedly preached, telling his followers to repent and turn from their evil ways as he prayed for them. A military source who confirmed Adamu's identity told the publication that his colleagues was born a Muslim and recently converted to Christianity, and that is the anger why they arrested him or detained him. I can tell you categorically. Nigerians learned that the Benue state-born soldier has been in detention for over 45 days, while his salary was stopped over 6 months ago. Wahala no dey finish. One of my colleagues, soldiers in the army or in the Nigerian army, that preaches on Facebook with a uniform is currently being locked up by the army authorities, and today makes it 49 days. They are not paying his salary as well and not feeding him. His name on Facebook is Aaron Abraham, but Musa Adamu is his name in the military. He was born a Muslim but converted. His offense, according to the GOC, is preaching the gospel on the uniform. I heard they already blocked his account for over 10 months now, the military source told the reporters. This one is just witch hunting. Witch hunting. A soldier in uniform is expected to be non-partisan and secular. A senior army officer who confirmed Adamu's detention told Sahara reporters that a soldier in uniform is expected to be non-partisan and secular. Yes, I am aware of his detention. I am a Christian as well, but his action was absolutely wrong. As a soldier, you are expected to be non-partisan and secular, at least when in uniform, he said. Inspector General of Police insists on withdrawal of a police mobile force personnel from VIPs. Inspector General of Police IGP Kayode Egbetokun has maintained that there is no going back on his decision to withdraw police mobile force personnel from VIPs. Nigerians report that the IGP was reacting to the recent news about the possible reversal of the PMF reform policy and his decision to withdraw police mobile force personnel from certain important personalities. In a statement to Nigerian News on Monday, first spokesperson ACP Muyiwa Adejobi clarified that the decision to withdraw the PMF personnel from escort and guard duty stands firm, and there will be no going back on this critical policy change. He noted or stated that the withdrawal process has already commenced with a comprehensive report, which has been submitted by the constituted committee assigned to oversee the seamless implementations to this directive. According to Adejobi, the IGP has activated the mobilization process to establishing the police quick intervention squad, which precedes the withdrawal policy. The first spokesperson reiterated that the decision to withdraw police mobile force PMF personnel from VIP duties is part of the ongoing efforts to optimize the allocation of resources and enhance the efficiency or efficacy of the Nigerian police force in its core mandate of safeguarding the lives and properties of all citizens. Emphasis on all citizens. The Inspector General of Police remains resolute in his pursuit of reforms and initiatives that will enhance the professionalism and public trust in the Nigerian police force. The decision to withdraw police mobile force personnel from VIPs is driven by the need to create a more robust, efficient, and people-centered police force that caters to the security needs of all citizens equally. The IGP therefore urges the public and all stakeholders to support and cooperate with the Nigerian police force during this transition period to strengthen the security apparatus and create a safer environment to everyone to thrive, the statement reads. Let us proceed. Nigeria has disappointed Africa and the world at large, according to former head of state, OBJ. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo voiced concern on Monday over Nigeria's inability to reach its potential in the 63 years since gaining independence, stating that the country has not only left itself down but also Africa and the world at large. Obasanjo expressed these sentiments while delivering the keynote speech at a public presentation of Reclaiming the Jewel of Africa, a book written by Olusegun Aganga, former Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, who also served as Minister of Finance. The book was presented in Abuja and unveiled by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was represented by his special advisor on military policy, Olawale Edun. The event drew a significant number of past and current high-ranking government officials, with the former President Goodluck Jonathan and Obasanjo both speaking virtually. Obasanjo, while speaking at the event, said, "Over the last 16 years, we have not lived up to expectations. We have disappointed ourselves. We have disappointed Africa. We have disappointed the black race. And we have disappointed the world." He never hiding his feelings. The former president, however, stated that what Segun Aganga has tried to identify, itemize, and recommend in his book is the way forward of Nigerians. But the beginning of the charting a new course of ourselves is to admit our failure because we have not always put the round peg in the round hole. According to OBJ, we are carried along by ego and emotion of itself, selfishness and self-centeredness, ethnic and religious jingoism, with total lack of understanding of the world we live in, and a gross misunderstanding of what development entails and how to make fast and continuously on the trajectory of development. These are peace and security which we cannot achieve without justice, equity, and the inclusive society. And telling ourselves the truth, we have not done well on this course in the recent past. In the last decade and a half, I will also point to the issue of education, where over 20 million children that should be in school are not in school. We do not need an oracle to tell us the consequences of that for tomorrow. That means more criminality in our society. We do not need to look far for the remote cost of banditry, Boko Haram, kidnapping, and other organized crimes. We are living dangerously on a keg of powder, driving more people into more poverty. Through good policies, poorly and toughness implemented, or bad policy, and no policy at all, according to OBJ. Sit at home, make gonna hear this one. Oh, this one is sound well. That Southeast lost estimated 7.6 trillion naira in productivity potential investment in 2 years of sitting at home. An estimated 7.6 trillion naira in productivity, potential investments, and loss of lives and properties have been reportedly lost in 2 years in the southeast region of Nigeria due to weekly sit-at-home exercise practice on Mondays. Nigeria report the weekly sit-at-home exercise has been observed almost every Monday in the region since the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB commenced the practice to protest the release of its leader Nnamdi Kanu in 2021. This platform understands that August 9 would make it 2 years since the exercise started. Of the 730 days, 105 Mondays of the 520 working days have been lost regarding productivity or actual economic activities. Out of the remaining 415 days expected to be utilized for work are various holidays declared. An investigation by the International Center for Investigative Reporting, published in May this year on the region's economy due to sit-at-home, revealed a whopping 5.375 trillion loss by businesses between August 9, 2021 to December 19 of 2022. Speaking with the Guardian on the development, an economic and financial expert, Dr. Chiwike Uba, stated that Southeast has lost approximately 7.646 trillion naira between August 2021 and July 2023, having lost 101 days within the period. This is what they lost. Then when they are making this money, have southeastern part of the country still good? That is the question we all need to ask ourselves, not looking on the impact of the sit at home, what we lost or what we did not lose. But when all these things are still going well, what are the differences does he make in the southeast? Does he make the roads now that when the economy is working well, when there is no sit at home, when the issue of release of Nnamdi Kanu have never arose? Have they ever built the federal, state road and local roads we have in our vicinities, in our area that we keep on crying on daily basis? A road that leads to my own father's house in what do they call it? In Umeshi, in the Delta South local government area. I made that road. I made that erosion as a toddler. Now, almost 40-something years, that erosion have never been treated, have never been worked, have never been repaired. In fact, that road now have been bypassed by commercial users. Then everything is working normal. The crude oil is skyrocketing. The revenue have been generated normal, and remittance have been going on. What have they been able to achieve? All those our government, all these our economies that are now calculating how much have been lost in all this while. This question is left for the Southeasterners at the helm of affairs to answer this. You know that the economy of the Southeast is bleeding from the compulsory Monday sit at home. It is important to know that the amount may be higher when all the direct and indirect costs of the sit at home are included in the basket. The current figure represents mainly the losses of micro enterprises in the region. The social and economic costs of deaths, destruction of properties, and other costs are not included in the total economic loss to the region, he stated. Checks with the National Bureau of Statistics reveal that the Southeast region has the lowest revenue profile as of this moment. The NBS data on the internally generated revenue IGR of various states governments in the country for the first quarter of 2021 indicated that the Southeast region generated about 53 billion in the following order: Abia 7.550 billion, Anambra 12.775 billion, Enugu 14.140 billion, Ebonyi 7.75 billion, and Imo 9.991 billion. This was a few days before the commencement of the Monday sit at home in the zone. None of the states in the zone made their revenue targets in the preceding year. A review by Data Faith, a media researcher and the data analytics organization, about the projected IGR of states in the first quarter of 2023 indicated that aside from Anambra State, which achieved 27% of its projected revenue, other states in the region, including Imo, Enugu, Abia, and Ebonyi states, generated below 15% of their projected internally generated revenues. The NBS, Nigeria Bureau of Statistics, in its data, revealed that none of the states in the zone made their revenue targets in the preceding year. Recall that the Anambra State Governor, Prof. Charles Soludo, had during his swearing-in on March 17, 2022, stated that every day there was a sit-at-home, the poor masses of the state lose as much as an estimated 19.6 billion naira. He stated he had listed those in this category as artisans, keke drivers, vulcanizers, hairdressers, cart pushers, petty traders, bricklayers, women frying akara, and all who depend upon daily toil and sweat to feed their families. Recently, the newly inaugurated governor of Enugu State, Peter Mba, has threatened workers, schools, and market sellers to stop the practice he banned in June of 2023. Mba has said the state was losing 10 billion naira every Monday that people observed sit at home in the state, noting that the trend has endangering the 30 billion GDP projections of his administration. The governor stated this stated for us to transit from a public service economy to a private sector driving one, we must free our markets from the shackles of the restriction to commerce. There are consequences for not heeding to our orders. Going forward, I want to put you on notice. I will go around the state again on Monday, July 24. We are going to come with the Enugu Capital Territory Development Authorities to put a seal on any shop that is found locked on Monday because of illegal sit at home. We will take it that you are not ready to do business on our soil. We are going to revoke your license to operate. We will revoke your shop title and relocate or allocate it to someone else who is ready to do business. This is something we must enforce with effect from Monday next week. I should never be heard that we were coward because of the threat of violence by these criminals. The poverty that will befall us for sitting at home will kill us even faster. We are losing over 10 billion naira every Monday that we sit at home. Enough is enough. This foolishness must end, and it must end now. We cannot marginalize ourselves and say complaint of marginalization from the federal level. So we must say no to sit at home, because what it means is that we are destroying our employment, our economy, and our GDP. We must erase it from our memories. We should see it as our shameful past, which we do not want to remember. We must put it behind us and forge ahead, ensuring that we work every working day of the week. According to Governor Peter Mba, Shehu Sani reacts as Asari Dokubo raises private army for Ahmed Tinubu, non-state actor for that matter. Former Kaduna Central lawmaker Shehu Sani has condemned the private army raised by the Niger Delta militant leader Asari Dokubo for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Recall that Dokubo has warned enemies of Tinubu to stay away from him because anyone who plans his downfall has failed already. Dokubo gave the warning while addressing his gang members of about 300 militants after his return from pilgrimage to Mecca. In a viral video, the militant leader said he and his comrades are working for the president and anyone seeking his downfall will be smashed. Reacting to the development in a Twitter post on Monday, Sani advised Tinubu not to directly or indirectly allow or encourage the rise of state-backed private armed militia. He said the president does not need a private army, saying that the country's armed forces, police, and other security agencies have the experience, capacity, and competence to provide all the necessary protection for him. He wrote, I don't know if the trending video is real or fake, but in any case, President Tinubu must not directly or indirectly allow or encourage the rise of state-backed private armed militia. There are viruses for the destruction of any country. A fragile country like ours doesn't need a private army. The country's armed forces, police, and other security agencies have the experience, capacity, and competence to provide all the necessary protection the president and the government need at the moment or in the future. Has Davido done worse than El-Rufai? Charlie Boy reacts to backlash over the music video. Veteran Nigerian entertainer Charles Oputa, popularly called Charlie Boy, or you can call him Area Father, had reacted to the controversies surrounding a music video shared by Afrobeat superstar Davido. Nigerians recall that Davido had come under heavy backlash after sharing a music video of his new signee, Logo Olori, which captured people praying and dancing in front of a mosque. After much backlash, the DMW boss later took down the video. Reacting to the situation, Charlie Boy wondered the reason for the backlash despite other pressing issues plaguing the nation. He opined that the DMW boss has not done anything worse than the former governor of Kaduna State, Madam Nasir El-Rufai. They have not done worse than the so-called current president of the Nigeria, Tinubu, or Ali Sharif Shetima, Kashim Shetima, that hired Hausa people and put them cassock all in the name of unknown bishops. If a Christian or Putobi have done that now, maybe that country will have break into two. He wrote, upon all the things where they pay us, Boko Haram, bad government, Christians being killed for blasphemy, when our mumu go belleful many of us, according to Charlie Boy. If you wanna like, ban music for a region, Bado no send on. He is a global star. Nonsense. To fiakwa, according to him. Make on leave Davido. I beg. Make some of our northern Muslim brothers leave Davido alone. He is one of the pride of Nigeria, entertaining us and our frustration. Waiting Davido do and sing way past waiting El-Rufai don't talk for him mouth. Asake, na Yoruba Muslim artist, will take church, do video. Nobody complained. Every time, every now and then, we keep on hearing about fighting for your God. Is this your God, a dead or living God? Permit me to ask. This is a simple question. I am not uncertain. A simple question. Why do people keep on fighting for their God? Whereby their God is the one that's supposed to fight for them. Which kind of God be that one, self, I beg? Make an answer me this question in the comment section. INEC chairman denies direct financial support from foreign agencies for 2023 election. I think that one we should leave it story for another day. Whether they give you or they don't give you, we know say United Nations or European Union all supported this shenanigans called election. Weakest name still very much in the list. Tony Okocha, coordinator of Bola Tinubu Vanguard and chieftain of the All Poverty Congress APC in Rivers State, Tony Okocha, has affirmed that the name of the immediate past governor of the state, Nyesom Wike, is still very much in President Tinubu's ministerial list. The APC chieftain assured supporters of the former governor that there was no need to panic because Wike's name is in the soon-to-be released ministerial list. Okocha's reaction follows speculation that the Department of State Service (DSS) had removed Wike's name from the ministerial list. Nigerians gathered that the reports of the publication made round that Wike had shouted at the president because his name didn't make the ministerial list. Okocha, who confirmed that Wike's name was still on the list, questioned who was nominated to replace the former governor to fill the Rivers State ministerial slot if the fake news was confirmed. Addressing the issue on Monday, Okocha said the rumors were fake and the report's author was a mischief maker. He argued that the information wasn't from the presidential bill or DSS. So where then did he get the story that Wike's name was removed by the security service? Speaking further, Okocha asserted that the newspaper that published the story was the same media outfit that carried fake news that former President Muhammadu Buhari was dead some years ago. He stated that this letter turned out to be fake. Nigerians should disregard such fake news, as there is no iota of truth in it. Wike's name is still very much in the list. Remember that these people never believed that former Governor Wike would be considered for a ministerial appointment. So the best they can do is to resort to fake news. What offense did Wike commit to warrant his name being removed from the list? Which court of law in Nigeria found him guilty of any form of corruption lies from the pit of hell, according to Tony Okocha. Labour Party condemns President Tinubu over move to stop P2B from contesting impossible rerun. Voila. The Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council has alleged that President Tinubu is urging the Presidential Election Petition Court to disqualify their candidate P2B in anticipation of a potential rerun. In a statement issued by the head of the media for the Obidati Campaign Council, Diran Onifade, the Labour Party has suggested that the All Poverty Congress APC under the Tinubu's leadership is resorting to desperate measures to undermine Obi's image. Onifade said Obidati Media Office has noted how a worried ruling All Poverty Congress APC and its presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu are even wishing and pleading with the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal to consider pairing them with Atiku Abubakar of the PDP instead of Obi. In fact, once Obi disqualified outrightly and be prevented from participating in the rerun, should there be one. In their desperation to stop Obi at all costs, they have lined up a series of untoward activities using rogue trolls agents that seek to portray him negatively and copiously mispresent him in the public space, according to Onifade. This devilish act is ostensibly to enable them to defend their call that Obi should be disqualified by the Presidential Election Petition Court, thus seeking a rerun between Atiku and Obi, and Atiku and Tinubu. Obidati Media recalled that last week, the same rogue agents had claimed that Obi granted an interview on Arise television saying he's willing to take defeat and wait for election 2027. At this wicked and dubious propaganda is aimed at achieving one mission: to confuse the public, distract and defocus the justice from their statutory responsibilities. We therefore wish to all the Nigerian public not to be gullible and disregard the fake this day publication and embrace the correct edition with the lead story: Atiku, APC plotting to manipulate judiciary, undermine democracy. The Obidati campaign office therefore called on the public to watch out for more of these sinister acts of desperation orchestrated by the drawing government that is visibly afraid of justice, which must certainly come, according to the Speaker of Obi Campaign Council. The last but not the least, according to the Happy Boys, they are telling Apostle Chibuzo, they know born you well. Happy Boys drag Apostle Chibuzo Chinyere onto social media. Happy Boy, previously employed as security staff for a fast food outlet in Nigeria, have recently taken another swipe at the well-known clergyman Apostle Chibuzo. Several months ago, the group, who are now dancers, publicly criticized the cleric for taking them to Cyprus and allegedly leaving them to struggle without sponsoring their education. During the initial dispute, Apostle Chibuzo offered to arrange return tickets for the Happy Boys, but they chose to stay in Cyprus. Now, a new video has surfaced showing the Happy Boys rekindling their quarrel with the OPM pastor as they hurl insults at him. One of the group members is heard saying, "They no born you well," a local expression indicating defiance and disrespect when the topic of returning to Nigeria was brought up again. The video found on Instagram invigorates the controversy surrounding the Happy Boys and their disagreement with Apostle Chibuzo. You can watch the video shared on Instagram user at Tosin Slaverdam below and give me what you think about it. This is coming weeks after the cleric led courses on the various security guards sent to Cyprus on scholarship. Apostle Chibuzo, in an audio making the rounds online, expressed displeasure over the attitude of the security guards who had leaked the details of their chat with him. According to him, money used in sponsoring the boys to Cyprus was gotten from members' tithes and offerings. However, the boys have decided to pay him back with evil. This is the word of Okute Daily Talk. Thanks be to channel YouTube. Oh my good people, now here we go take back break. I beg as you listen finish, make sure you share this message, like, comment. It is very, very important. Oga Patapata of them all is share. Let your next door neighbor know what is happening and let them be aware of the news that is going on in our midst. Have a nice day, my wonderful people, and to come here we're gonna see remain Okute Daily Talk. May the good Lord bless us all, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I will be back again with another blockbuster. Keep on enjoying this one. Bye for now, my wonderful people. Kemesiano.